unfortunately, you know, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about toxic shit. If you know what the meaning of toxicity is, or toxic is, it's two chemicals that's put together that causes deadly fumes, causes death. I mean, toxicity can come in different forms. Toxicity can come in forms of spirituality, food, liquids. It's just two things that don't mix, okay? Toxicity in the workplace, I understand. You know, it can't be avoided. You know, you're gonna have customers that are gonna be toxic. You're gonna have servers that's gonna be toxic. You're gonna have cooks that's gonna be toxic. You're gonna have people that's gonna be toxic. But here's the deal. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with toxic shit in your life. You know, it's a thing called detoxing. And when you want to detox, then you do what? You let go of certain things that's causing toxicity. Here's the deal. Women, and I'm so fucking tired of talking about them. I'm so sick and I'm tired of talking about women to the point where women know what the fuck they're doing. Women know how they are affecting the world. Women know this. So therefore, that makes them aware of the toxicity. But are they helping the toxicity? I don't think so. It's like they're perpetuating these toxic traits. They have these toxic traits and they won't let the shit go. Most of them will act dumb and naive as if they don't know that they're toxic, but they're toxic. And then a lot of them will use the fact of how they was brought up and still being toxic. Like, it is not even amazing no more. It's bullshit. And it's causing the world, and it's causing most of us men hell. Like, it drives us to stress to the point where we're not trying to hear that shit no more. We don't want to hear none of that toxic bullshit no more. We don't want to deal with your toxic traits. We don't want to deal with your toxic spending. We don't want to deal with your toxic chemical ass face makeup or your fucking chemical ass hair. All that shit toxic. You can't eat it. That shit ain't real. That shit is made up. It's compound with chemicals put together. Even the fucking hair. It's all fucking toxic. It does not make you healthy. And I'm done with that bullshit. I'm gonna talk about it. Being toxic. I just came off my job. And we having values all night. Or every morning, damn near. Sometimes I go to the values, sometimes I don't. Most of the time, I might. But this morning, you know what I'm saying, I went to these values and I spoke up on the quality of work. You know, what can you do to build your quality at work while you're working, or just generally in life? I chose the quality of communication to start off. I think the quality of communication is very, 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 very important. And what I mean by the quality of communication, I mean, you have to compliment each other. And a lot of people think that when I say, a lot of people, y'all gonna think what I'm saying about compliment is meaning verbally. You don't necessarily have to verbally compliment each other. You can be a compliment to somebody, meaning go well together, hand in hand. People see y'all working together very well. People compliment it. They admire it. They try to duplicate it, copy it, and paste it. Like, this is what I mean by complimenting. You know, you compliment, or you could use it verbally. You could be complimenting somebody verbally, which is even better. You know, that's called acknowledging. If you're not doing and having that type of quality of life right now, where you could talk to somebody and talk to them in admiration, you're toxic. You toxic as fuck. If you can't have an admiring or admiration conversation, people, especially men, are getting fucking sick and tired of backhand insults. I got this chick, beautiful girl, but greasy in the inside, nasty in the inside. And most women like her would tell you that they're greasy. They'll tell you they ain't shit. Like, they will be talking to you, laughing at the same time, telling you, I ain't shit, I ain't shit. But you need to motherfucking take that shit serious. Just because they laughing and smiling don't mean that they don't mean that shit. They mean it. They mean that they are fucking greasy and they're toxic. Oh my God. It shows in every conversation. Conversation is shown. I can listen to a female talk and tell you if they're good for you or they're bad for you. If they're going to be good as a partner, or if they're going to be one of them bitches that hold you short and hold you holding you back to a point where you're not able to be motivated and creative. You know, all your good traits. They will duplicate your bad traits. Ask you certain questions. First, one question is, how do you feel? Starts off right there. Women can ask you, how do you feel? And depending on what the man is saying at that moment, at that point, man, you got to watch out what you tell them. You have to understand that they analyzing that shit not to help you, but to hold it against you so they can use it as a toxic trait. Second question will be, so what are you thinking? These are two simple questions, but they will analyze that shit to the point where they will make you feel like shit. They will make you feel like you ain't shit. They'll make you feel like you did something wrong to them. If you're not thinking about them, if you don't feel for them, if you just not digging them, shit, if you don't want to fucking even deal with them, they want to make you feel like shit. Toxic. Toxic, toxic, toxic. This shit can run through family. It can run through friends. And if you got a toxic friend, that's really not your friend. That's just a toxic ass person trying to stay next to you. You need to watch out. You need to erase that shit. Walk the fuck away. I've walked away from a lot of shit. I've walked away from a lot of bullshit. And I'm not going to tell you, you're not going to get rid of a lot of shit. It's not going to be 0 motherfucking percent. You might get 5% if you're lucky. But you're not going to reach a 0% of non-toxic shit in your life. That's not going to motherfucking happen. But you can minimize that shit to the point where you are controlling the toxicity that comes in your life. You got 5 motherfucking gates. 5 gates that's right in front of you. 5 motherfucking gates, dog. You got hearing, you got sight, you got smell, you got speaking, you got the mouth, okay? And thinking. 5 fucking gates. 5 gates. You can control them gates. You can open them gates, you can close them gates. And the saying goes, who let the dogs out? That's when you let somebody in, or you let some bullshit in into your ears, you're listening to some bullshit, or you're looking at some bullshit, or you're talking about some bullshit, it's coming out. It's coming out as bullshit. It's coming out as not good at all. God damn it. You can't. Sometimes it's just best to walk away. Just get away from it, you know, or go talk to somebody who is non-toxic. You always go to people who's gonna uplift and keep the spirit of your goodness up, and you doing the same for them. You practice that shit, because a lot of women they're practicing witchcraft, and the witchcraft is negative. It's toxic witchcraft. It's a trait that women are picking up that is insulting to the human race. It's insulting to the genders. It's insulting to the spirituality of everything, because we all know that there's a spiritual war. This is all a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war game. And if you're trying to goddamn understand this spiritual war game, you need to check out my next video, because this is what it's going to be. The next one is spiritual war games. And Lord have mercy on those who don't understand, who lean on their own understanding of what spirituality is, because they don't know. And this is what's making all this shit crazy as fuck. We just got through with an election. Did anybody pay any attention to the way this election promotion and marketing advertising went? I know everybody see this shit. For the past 20, 30 years, the promotion and advertising for elections have been toxic. And people are riding on the coattail of that shit. My advice to you, if you feel like somebody's being toxic, you got two choices. You can get toxic back with them, or you can just walk the fuck away. That's two choices. Said Blaze, I'm out.